I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you 4 excellent examples on factoring. Now all these examples have been properly selected so that they give you a good review of what you have learned in this unit. The very first question here is to factor x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared. Then B is to factor ax minus a plus bx minus b plus cx minus c. C is factor 6xy plus 30x minus 10y minus 9x squared minus 25. And D is a cubic expression 16x plus 1 whole cube plus 2. I'd like you to pause the video, answer this question, and then look into my suggestions. Now let's begin with the very first one, which is x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared. So I hope you remember the formula of a plus b whole square. That will help you to factor the given trinomial. Well, this is power negative, so I'm not calling it a trinomial strictly. Okay, so I hope you remember this. What is a plus b whole square equals to? It is a square plus 2ab plus b square, correct? So as you can see here, we can treat x as a, b as 1 over x squared. When you multiply, there's a factor of 1 times 2 gives you 2. So therefore, I could straight away write down the factored form as x plus 1 over x whole square. Do you see that? So that is indeed the factored form of the given expression, correct? Now let's look into b. Let me rewrite b, which is ax minus a plus bx minus b plus cx minus c. Now there are 6 terms. We can combine 2 groups. In the first a is common, we get x minus 1. The second group b is common, x minus 1 again. And the third group also gives us x minus 1 as a common factor, correct? So the expression now can be factored as x minus 1 times a plus b plus c. Is that clear? So that is how we can do by grouping. Now we'll do c and d, which are indeed quite difficult, and that is why I have given this as a factor challenge. Let us see how to factor c now. We need to factor cxy plus 30x minus 10y minus 9x squared minus 25. So whenever you have more than 3 terms, we try to group them. Now how should we group? That is a big question. You will note in this particular case that we have 1x squared terms, and this could be combined with few terms which have x in it, especially the 30x and 25, leaving aside the other 2 terms. So let me rewrite the expression as 6xy minus 10y, and then let's do it in 2 steps. We have plus 30x minus 9x squared minus 25. Now in the first 2 terms, we can factor 2y, right? So we get 2y and we get 3x minus 5. Now here, what we can do is, we would like to keep the coefficient of x squared as positive. So I'll prefer to rewrite them taking negative outside. So I'll write first this term, which will be 9x squared, then that, which is minus 30x, and then minus 25 as plus 25. Since we have taken negative outside, perfect. And all these powers are in decreasing order. So that is how you should put polynomials together. Now we can factor this part, right? So we get 2y times 3x minus 5 minus, this is a perfect square. 5 square is 25, 3 square is 9, and 5 times 2 times 3 is 30. So we could write this as, okay, let me first write this as a perfect square term to make it clear to you. This one is 5 square, right? The center term is 2 times 3x times 5, correct? So it could be written as a perfect square. So what we get here is 2y times 3x minus 5 minus 3x minus 5 whole square. So 3x minus 5 is now a common factor. So taking that, we get 3x minus 5 times 2y minus, now one of them has been taken out, so one factor of 3x minus 5 remains. So since we are writing minus here, or let me write this as plus, let's write directly. So the idea here is, when I take 3x minus 5 common, this is minus of 3x minus 5. Let me rewrite here once again. So I'm just doing this step, taking 3x minus 5 common, so that's easy for you to understand. 2y minus this term, which is 3x minus 5. Do you get it, right? So when you open this bracket, you get plus 5. That is kind of important to understand. So I hope this step is clear, right? So that is how you're going to factor this. If you want, you can rearrange. Okay. Next question here is the cubic function. We have to factor 16 times x plus 1 whole cube plus 2. Now let me rewrite this. We have 16 times x plus 1 whole cube plus 2. How do we factor this one? Well, we can take 2 common, right? In that case, we get 8 times x plus 1 whole cube plus 1. Now, 1 is also a cube. Cube of 1. 2 is a cube. 2 cube, right? So we could write this as 2 cube. Instead of 8, I'm writing 2 cube. X plus 1 whole cube plus 1, right? Now we can apply the formula a cube plus b cube, which is equal to a plus b times a square minus ab plus b square. So we can apply this formula. See, this is your a cube. So in our case, a cube basically is 2x plus 2 whole cube. Do you see that? That is a cube. And b cube is 1. You can multiply with 2, is 2 cube. So you could also write this expression as 2 times. Since both are cube, so I could write this as 2x plus 1 whole cube. I mean 2x plus 2 gets multiplied with both 2 whole cube plus 1, right? Since 2 cube times x plus 1 whole cube is equal to 2 times x plus 1 whole cube, correct? So you could write this as 2x plus 2 whole cube. That is what I've written here. Is that clear? Now we are going to factor this. We get 2 times a plus b. So a is 2x plus 2 for us plus 1. So this is first term times a square. So a square is 2x plus 2 whole square minus a times b, which is 2x plus 2, and plus b square, which is 1. Okay, so that is how it is. Now we can open and simplify this. So we get 2 times 2x plus 3. Now here we get another bracket closed for this. Here when you open this, you get 4x square plus twice 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8x plus 4 minus 2x minus 2 plus 1. Right. So let's simplify that. So we get 2 times 2x plus 3, and well, there are 2 brackets closed, one for this. So you can combine these terms, 4x squared, 8x minus 2x is 6x, and 4 minus 2 is 2, and then plus 1 is 3, plus 3. So that is the end result, right? So finally, we get 2 times 2x plus 3 times 4x squared plus 6x plus 3. Correct? So that is the factored form of this cubic expression. So I hope it is absolutely clear, right? So go through these steps, try to understand how we grouped it or factored it. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe, that'd be great for me. Thank you and all the best.